And we're back. Hi, I'm Scudder for Mike. Today, we are taking a close look at two possible campaign futures for your Dungeons & Dragons game. In the first timeline, this Alpha Chad DM has harnessed the principles of the brOSR, achieved greatness, and runs a campaign that players are begging to join. And in the other, darkest timeline, this beta loser listens to conventional DM advice. Now, it's too late for him, but maybe we can still save your campaign. Let's start with the fundamentals. Now, you don't have to like it, but Gary Gygax, one of the creators of D&D, once said, "You cannot have a meaningful campaign if strict time records are not kept." Now, if you're a returning viewer of the channel, you know that here we use one-to-one timekeeping to track the progress of our campaigns. This rule states that when not in session, every day that passes in the real world, one day also passes in your game world. The Bro DM gets to run awesome sessions with tables full of players, but the fun doesn't stop there. A game that uses one-to-one time is always on. PCs are waging mass combat against their enemies, they're chasing backstory goals, accomplishing personal objectives, and even creating magic items. These are just a few examples of how they are playing Dungeons & Dragons with their DM all week long. Now, let's check back in with our LOSR DM in the darkest timeline. So, does anybody remember what happened last time?
I don't remember.
So, what did everybody do since last session?
I learned how to speak Dwarven.
A significant feature of one-to-one time is that PCs must return safely back to town or camp at the end of every session. It's a minor inconvenience, but masterfully handled by our Bro DM.
Hey Mike, I don't feel so good. I can't come to the session tonight.
Oh yeah, it's no problem. Your assassin Cinders is already in town after last session anyway. What would you like to do instead of adventuring? Craft some poison? Okay, cool, we'll do that.
Hey Mike, I don't feel so good. I can't come to the session tonight.
Yeah, but the problem is, man, is that everybody traveled to the dungeon to rescue your brother from the orcs. So if you don't come, it doesn't make sense for us to go. Alright, well, I guess I'll figure something out. And one-to-one time produces the often overlooked benefit of getting to run multiple characters. Okay, so your wizard Seraphina is crafting a +3 dragon slaying sword, so she's unavailable for play until next month.
Well, I would just play my paladin until she's available again.
Cool. We're going to examine the most important aspect of a bro campaign in just a moment, but before we get to that, we have a message from none other than Bro DM. Oh hey, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe. If you haven't tried one-to-one time yet, just give it a shot and let me know how it changes the dynamic of your game. But that's enough about timekeeping for now. Let's look at the next bro philosophy of zero prep DMing. Zero prep rejects the idea that the dungeon master needs to spend hours creating a game world, essentially writing a novel and hand-holding the PCs through his carefully crafted plot points. Instead, using random tables, player choice, and some on-the-spot creativity, you can generate countless hours of exhilarating gameplay that your players will be invested in. Bro games are all about high risk and high reward. Get the treasure or die trying. In fact, death is ever present in these campaigns, and the players are tough enough to take whatever it is you throw at them. There's no weeping or crying when a precious PC dies. They grab their dice, they roll up another character, or they grab one of their PCs from their stable, and they get back in the game. Conventional wisdom encourages DMs to fudge their dice rolls, to lower monster hit points, and to give the players +2 plate mail plot armor, but bros don't cheat. Look at this poor fool. He's spending so much time writing thrilling adventures, filling out his fantasy world map, crafting a big bad evil guy, and forging complex, politically motivated NPCs, just to have it all completely ignored by the player characters. The road to the castle lies directly ahead of you. Leaning against a signpost is an armored figure who matches the description of your contact. What do you want to do?
I think we want to go back to town and flirt with that goblin barmaid.
The always-on Battle Braunstein is D&D when it's taken to its fullest potential. It is a player versus player event at the table, but each of the PC's movements are hidden from the other players through the fog of war. That's right. Forget the conventional wisdom that PvP is bad for the group. No, it's awesome. When the Righteous Paladin PC has had enough of the Maniacal Wizard PC, it's time for their forces to clash, and the Battle Braunstein is the tool that the DM uses to play out these conflicts. Okay, so I want to move my 4 units of longbowmen up to the ridge, and then I want to attack Lady Cerelia.
I knew you would betray me!
Here's what story looks like in an LOSR game.
Okay, so I want to slide up to the barmaid and I want to tip my hat to her and say, "My lady."
Ew. Sometimes you do need to work together. When you're down in the dungeon, trying to get the ruby, your party is in a hostile environment and you need to work together to get out alive. But let's zoom out for a bit. The PCs are higher level. Going into the dungeon is no longer interesting or worth the risk. It's time to look at the domain level of play. You finally set up a keep, you're collecting coin through taxes, and you have a silver mine in your dominion. That's a precious resource, and I bet that Baron Brutalitops, controlled by another player who has his own domain just a few hexes away, wants that silver mine. Now, in a typical D&D game, everyone is playing the get-along gang, and these 2 baronies are just the bestest of buddies, and it's all flowers and rainbows. But where's the fun in that? Excitement, engagement, that comes from conflict. You don't trust anyone. You've given orders to your dungeon master that you want to set up watchtowers and guard posts and all sorts of defenses because you suspect that the other PCs have formed an alliance. They've joined their armies together and they're planning an invasion. Now this is the stuff of legends. Your players will be excited and they will engage with the setting because it's theirs. And they will create the story of your campaign world for you. So, master the tools of one-to-one time, zero prep DMing, and the Battle Braunstein if you don't want to end up like him. One of the most important principles of this playstyle is the Battle Braunstein, so if you want to learn more about how that's done, click on this video right here. Until next time, bye-bye.